Hello there, everybody. Thank you so much for stopping by for our live broadcast today. It is, let's see, Friday, February the 16th, and we're going to be doing messages for all signs for Saturday the 17th. Right now it's 11:50 Mountain Time here in the United States. After we do messages for each sign, then what we're going to do will be 5 minutes worth of Reiki, and then after that we'll have free for all questions or card of the day. Romy Bach, hello, hello. Ricky Jorgensen, hey, hey. Glad to see you guys both here today. Thank you for being here. Aries, let's take a peek at you guys for the 17th. I always feel like somebody's watching me. Aries, I think that you are going to be having a lot of attention focused on you. For most of you, this attention will be attention that you're perfectly aware of. And for others of you, there may be somebody who is kind of doing that lurker thing on your social media or just quietly watching from a distance. So I want to feel into this a little bit more. For some of you, I feel like you're in a situation where you're kind of a unique person in that situation, and that's why you have so much attention. And then there's a minority of you that could be somebody like the lurker situation, could be somebody like an ex or somebody who you don't get along with, somebody who does not have such good intentions as just curiosity because you're different. Somebody that's trying to actually sort of dig up some dirt on you, Aries. Not feeling like they're too successful, but they're out there doing it. Tammy Bambi, hello, hello. Ricky, I am fantastic, thank you. La da da, Crate 87. Hello, hello, Sharon Grant. Glad to see you in the room. Hello, Gemma Croft Baker. Hi, glad to see you. Let's look at Taurus. You guys, please excuse my desk, actually. I have a big party that I need to work tonight, so I'm kind of collecting up the stuff I want to take there. And I didn't think about that before I turned the camera on. Striving. Hey, hey, Tay Medium. Hello, hello. Taurus, what do we have coming up for you on the 17th? Bulls charge in where angels fear to tread, Taurus. I think that you do have some kind of situation that you're dealing with, Taurus, that does take a lot of courage to just step up to the plate and deal with it. And I think that's exactly what you're doing. I'm also feeling, this does take some courage to do it. It's not necessarily the easiest thing, especially in an emotional type of way. However, I do feel like whatever this is you're doing manages to clear the air and make things feel a lot fresher and happier afterwards, Taurus. So good for you. Anna Lopez, glad to see you here. Hello, Tiffany James. We're going to pretend that there's an O right after the first part of that word because we know you intended for it to be there. Gemini. Let's take a peek at Gemini, Gemini, Gemini. Gemini, I see some of you holding little fishies in a bag. You know how you go to the pet store and you buy little baby fish and they give them to you in a plastic bag with a bunch of water to take home? You guys have some new emotional beginnings is what I'm pulling out of that. Some of you may literally be going to get some fish. But I think that for most of you, this is more symbolic about that you have some new emotional beginnings that are just starting on the 17th, Gemini. This could be a new baby in the family. This could be a new friend, a new neighbor that you realize, I kind of like that person. That would be somebody I would actually hang out with. It could be a new love interest for those of you who are open to that. I think I've said enough there. You guys get the picture. Hello there, Sunshine Taylor. Glad to see you made it in while I'm live, honey. Angela Lukes. So glad you're here, my dear. Yay. Okay, so everybody who is here, if you haven't already, and if you don't mind doing so, please share. The more, the merrier. Let's move on to Cancers. Cancers on the 17th. I feel like there's some healing going on around that heart chakra. So Cancers, this means there's some kind of emotional situation that you're finding some healing around. Many times this can be as simple as a couple of people, just talking something over that happened in the past where there was a misunderstanding and getting things all out on the table so that it can be examined and looked at for what the truth really is. Sometimes this can be that you're doing your own spiritual healing, Cancer, so that you are not as triggered or bothered by some kind of emotional injury from the past. Either way, getting some new, fresh air, healthy balance in that heart chakra on the 17th, Cancer, is good for you. Leo. What do I have showing up for Leo? Leos, I feel like on the 17th, you're putting on a show. Some of you may actually be a part of a theatrical production, but others of you may be trying to present yourself in a certain way to somebody else. And you know what's interesting here, Leos? I mean, when I get people putting on a show, usually people are trying to put their best foot forward, impress the boss, impress the new soon-to-be in-laws or whatever. But that's really not what I'm getting here, Leos, with your show. I think you may be going the opposite direction. I think you may be trying to unimpress somebody. Maybe you're trying to get somebody to pay less attention to you, so you're being like as gross and disgusting as you can be. Or maybe not as you can be, but more than you really are. But definitely you're putting on some kind of show on the 17th, Leos. Sand, glad to see you, glad to see you. Let's look at Virgo. Virgo. Leos and Virgos must be interacting on the 17th. Virgo, so Leos, we had you guys putting on a show. Now Virgos, we have show stoppers. And I don't mean like that you're putting on such a great show, Virgos, that the show just stops and circulates around you. I feel like you've got somebody that's trying to put on a show around you, and you're like, nah. Talk to the hand. If you can't be truthful, done. You're not putting up with any kind of show. You're not putting up with any kind of illusion. You're not putting up with any kind of deception. You are stopping any show. You are making sure that the people around you are straight up with you. That's what I've got for Virgos. Na. Libra. Libras, I feel like you're doing something very healthy and very rejuvenating on the 17th. Some of you may be having your chakras balanced. You may actually be getting Reiki. Some of you may be sitting in some hot springs. Some of you may be going to some kind of health spa. I just feel like there's something that is holistic that you're doing for your health. Maybe you're getting acupuncture. Yeah, some kind of holistic thing that is very healing. Makes me want to be a Libra. I want to go to the hot springs tomorrow. Scorpios. Let's see what's coming up for Scorpios. Scorpio. Moms are figuring into the picture for Scorpios on the 17th. For some of you, you are mothers, so in that case, you may have some interesting discussions or dialogues with children in the role as mother. For others of us, we may be interacting with our own mothers. I feel like there is, at the very minimal, interesting dialogue in that area. If this isn't actually your mother, this can be somebody who's a mother figure in your life. This could be a grandmother. This could be somebody who's taken you under their wing. This could be like a mother hen at the office. But for a lot of us, this is talking about blood, some kind of blood relationship. Right? I hear there's some good ones in Oregon. I've never been, though. Claire Richards, hello, hello. Glad to see you here, my dear. Sagittarius, Sagittarius, Sagittarius. You can just really dance with that word, Sagittarius. Sagittarius, on the 17th, I feel like you are maneuvering through your day in a very graceful way. It could be a hectic day with a lot on the itinerary, but everything is just going smoothly as you go from destination to destination or project to project. I feel like you're actually having fun with having multiple things to focus on, different things at different times. That important conversation, that could be a Scorpio type of thing. Can you get a COD, Ruby Rains? You can, but not right now. Right now, I'm still doing messages for each of the signs. And then after that, I'll do Reiki. And then after that, we're actually going to do a little bit of house cleaning, so to speak, on the videos here. And then after that, we're going to do CODs or free-for-all questions. You're sneaking from here to there? I figured it was your first time. We're glad to have you here. I hear you, striving. I'm kind of dreading my Scorpio conversation with my mama. My mama. I'm not a mama, so it has to be with my mama. Okay, so everybody who is here, if you don't mind, please share. We've got 3 more signs before we hit Reiki. I always like to have as many people here for Reiki. That way, if they want to ask questions, they're here and I'm here and it works. Let's get on to Capricorn. Yay, yay, yay. Kelly, I'm glad you made it. Glad to see you here, my dear. Capricorn, Malachite wants to talk to Capricorn. Malachite, I may as well get my bismuth out because bismuth is already telling me it wants to talk to somebody. I'm not sure if that's Aquarius or Pisces. Oh, it's Pisces. Okay. All right, so let's focus on Capricorn right now. Capricorn on the 17th, I think you're going to be focusing on the subtleties of your life. And when I say subtleties, for a lot of you, this is going to have to do with spirituality, spiritual things, energy working, what direction it's working in your life, those types of things. Some of you may be working some, what shall we call it, practical magic to make things go better in your own life. Yes. Those of you who are working practical magic, just a little note to think about. Anytime you work any practical magic, you want to make sure that you are working it only on yourself and or someone who has given you permission to do that. Otherwise, the karmic debt that you create may be a ridiculous one to bear. That's why I'm saying I think you guys are doing some kind of maybe even spell casting to improve your own life. I'm hoping that it's your own life only. But definitely aware of subtleties and of energy on Saturday, Capricorn. Alrighty, let's look at Aquarius. Aquarius. Oh, the crystal ball wants to do Aquarius. Let's see. What can we see? That is the question for Aquarius for the 17th. What does this mean? So I'm looking at my crystal ball and suddenly I'm seeing a pole. And then as I'm seeing a pole, I'm hearing this. You guys probably don't even know this song. It's done by a local band that is probably defunct by now, but Pole Dancer. It was all about a pole dancer. What do we have going on for Aquarius? Aquarius, some of you are going to be doing some things to spice up your bedroom life, shall we say? Of course, it's not going to apply to all Aquarians, is it? Spirit's saying, is it? I think we're going to actually leave that there. I was going to look for a second message, but I think we're going to leave that there. You guys can figure that out for yourselves. And if it doesn't apply, my apologies. Try me tomorrow. Try me tomorrow. You want one of the best place to buy something like that is in Salida, Colorado, from a guy named Paul who owns the crystal shop. He usually has a good selection. Just working on yourself, huh, Capricorn? I don't think the pole dancing is literal. I think it is about adding some spice, something interesting into the bedroom. Don't laugh. You never know. Your husband could show up with some wonderful gel or cream or something. All right, let's look at Pisces. Pisces. This is Bismuth that wants to talk to you guys. What I'm hearing for you, Pisces, is that everything is incremental. So if you're starting to feel like, man, nothing's happening, there's not very much progress going on, it's important to pay attention to those increments of progress, to those things that are going on bit by tiny bit by tiny bit. It's going on so much bit by bit that you may not even notice the progress. It's kind of like when you have a little kid and you're around them all the time, you don't really notice them growing. And then if you have to go away a couple of days for work and then you come back and you're like, whoa, what happened? Well, it's the same thing with your situations that you're impatient to have moving forward. You're seeing little bits of incremental improvement every day. Pay attention to those, appreciate those. Don't expect, complete, total change of dynamic overnight. So that's for Pisces. Truck is in the shop. Oh, I'm sorry, honey. What's the matter with it? You are blushing. Ha ha, striving. Yeah, I like it when a message is right on. Okay, guys, let's start some Reiki. After Reiki, we're going to do some house cleaning before we get into free-for-all questions or cards of the day. You guys can go ahead after Reiki is over and I start into the housekeeping. You guys can go ahead and type in COD or whatever your question is at that point. I'm just not going to answer it quite as quickly as usual. Okay, so that's how that's going to work. That's our protocol for today. All right, so let's start Reiki. I'm going to be setting the intention for whatever will benefit each of you the most as an individual. And then also, if you guys want to adjust that to benefit a more specific part of you or a more specific situation in your life, feel free to do that as long as you're adjusting it to benefit you and only you. I know that sounds selfish. There are reasons for that. The other thing that you guys need to know, if you watch this broadcast after the fact, all you have to do is set the intention to receive the Reiki because it's not limited by time or space. You can get as much benefit from it as those who are here right now. So let's just get started, shall we? Okay, so it's 12:10. We're going to do Reiki till 12:15. Water in your fuel and your starter. Once it's in your fuel, it's easy to get into your starter, huh? So they're basically trying to find a leak in your fuel system somewhere, huh? Do you have a company truck or are you on your own? Just out of curiosity. I'm not even quite sure what you're asking, but if that's what your free-for-all question is, you want to wait till Reiki's over to put that in there. You're a driver. Okay. At least it's not coming out of your pocket to fix it. Bad enough it's coming out of your pocket to sit there. Left knee. Oh, for your dog also? Usually animals will hang around you while the Reiki's coming through. Oh, gotcha. No worries, Kim. Just post it later after we're done with Reiki. We're going to talk about some other stuff before I start answering questions, though. There's some stuff that has come to my attention that we need to speak about here. No worries, no worries. Anybody have any Reiki questions, comments, thoughts while we're doing Reiki is the ideal time to share that or ask any of those. Oh, gotcha now, Tammy Bambi. It's never a good feeling. It's good if only all you're doing is hearing it pop, not feeling it pop. Oh, that's really good, Striving. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, you guys were soaking up a lot of energy yesterday. You're soaking up a lot today, too. 2 more minutes. And 1 more minute of Reiki. 1 more minute of Reiki. That's great, Kelly. Nerve pain can be really intense sometimes. Kelly, I don't think you've ever had a free session with me. You should contact me and get a free session. See how much it'll help you to have an hour of Reiki just focused on you, not everybody else in the room. I think you'll be blown away by it. Anybody who would like to have a free Reiki session, or if you've already had a free Reiki session and you want more Reiki, all you have to do is contact me to set that up and schedule it. The best way to find my contact information is to check out my website, which is www.amista.info, amista.info. My phone number is there. My email's there, my Skype ID's there. Probably the two best ways to reach me are going to be by Skyping me or texting me. Emails tend to sort of get lost in the stack after a little bit. Very cool. I'm glad you're getting that, Tiffany James. Incredible sense of calm. You're quite welcome, Kelly. Okay, so it's 1:15. Let me go ahead and shut down the Reiki. Then we're going to do a little housekeeping. Housekeeping. Okay, so we're going to start with this. For those of you who are here, and I guess I'm probably talking more to regulars than anybody else because you guys are the ones who are here most often, but this is important for anybody. When you're in a chat room like this where there's a lot of people who are like-minded, chances are you're going to have other readers in here, you're going to have other healers in here. A lot of times they're going to be at an amateur level. Sometimes they're going to be at a professional level too, because they're just going to enjoy the environment, the energy, hanging out here, having comrades around. So the thing about that is a lot of times when we get some of these people in here that are a little bit less experienced in this type of energy manipulation, let's say, sometimes people can come in and have really good intentions and decide that they want to practice their skills on someone, and they don't really understand about the integrity of working with the energy. So sometimes people can come in and not realize that if they want to help somebody, they need to ask that person's permission first. So I do certain things in this chat room to make sure that you guys stay safe to the point that I can keep you in a safe place psychically. It's also good for you guys to be careful about the things that you say in this chat room. You don't want to go too personal in here. Like, it's okay to say some kind of generalized things or ask, the types of questions that we ask are good, but you don't want to go into a whole big long story about, well, how did I get to this situation where I need to ask the question or whatever. You want to kind of keep it minimal. And the reason is because you don't want somebody who is coming in and hanging out and who kind of doesn't know any better, deciding that they're going to help you with your situation and decide to cast some kind of um, spell that supposedly won't hurt anything. Okay. So just try to keep super personal stuff down if you can while you're here. That's what I'm going to say to you guys, because it's kind of come to my attention lately that people have been getting little nudges spiritually of, I'm not so sure I want to say anything in this room about that. And a lot of you guys, I read for you. I've done Reiki for you. We know each other at a much deeper level than a chat room level. And so it's real easy to want to tell me those types of things here in the chat room. I would encourage you, if you feel the need to tell me something super personal, text that to me, you know? Um, yeah, I think that basis. Well, the other thing is, if some of you are here and you're kind of new and you're amateurs and you like practicing and you like having fun and all of that stuff, that's great, but you want to have some integrity about it. So before you do anything that you think is going to help somebody else, please ask that person's permission. They may or may not be open to it, but you certainly don't give them a chance to let you know if they're open to it or not if you don't ask their permission. Okay? Strangers just doing nice things for strangers at an energetic level is kind of creepy, actually, to tell you the truth. Um, Same thing like the other day when I said, if you guys are sending energy back to me, please don't, please stop. Same thing. That just was making me so sick. And nobody had any bad intentions there. Somebody had really good intentions, but it still wasn't working out well. So you want to have some integrity about how you're helping people. You want to make sure that they know that you're doing it and that they're okay with you doing it. Okay? Anything else I need to tell you guys? I think that's it. All right, so let's get back into our normal thing. All righty, so Gemma Croft Baker wants a COD. Carla Alley, hello, hello. Glad to see you here, my dear. Oh, the other thing I was going to say too is if it seems like I'm hitting you guys out of order whenever I do these CODs or answer the questions, I think that what's going on is people are showing up in different orders on different computers. So I'm just going by the order you show up on my computer. It may look like things are coming in a different order on your computer. I am honestly not trying to slight anybody. I'm just taking you guys in as I see you show up on my screen. Let's see. So Gemma Croft Baker, what you got, my dear, is the Six of Bows in reverse. Six of Bows in reverse is telling me that you're not feeling so good about the time that you've been spending with somebody, either within the past 24 hours or within the next 24 hours. You're going to have this, excuse me, this sensation of, I wouldn't really call that a good memory that we just made there. You know what I mean, Miss Gemma? Angela Lukes also would like to have a COD. Angela Lukes, Angela Lukes. Okay, my dear, what you have here is the Seven of Scrolls. Seven of Scrolls talks to me about, and this is a little bit different card, so I'm actually feeling around as I look at this. I think that there's something that you're working on that you really, really, really want to get right, and you want to get it right. And so you've kind of been thinking about, okay, how do I actually want to say this? How do I want to bring this up to somebody? How do I want to present this so that it'll be received in a way that is productive and helpful for everyone involved? So I think you're going through that sorting out how you want to present yourself process. And that's happened within the past 24 hours or within the next 24 hours. Carla Alley, welcome. Glad to have you in the room. A sand needs a COD. COD from a sand, here you've got the Princess of Pentacles, my dear. Princess of Pentacles. Sand, what I'm really feeling like for you is you're getting some good ideas about things you can do to take care of yourself. Self-care. Follow up on those, my dear. That's what I would say with that. Ricky Jorgensen is up next. La da 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 da. La da da da. La da da da. Ricky Jorgensen, is this you or someone around you? This is someone that you're interacting with. You're dealing with somebody who really knows that they need to make some kind of changes to have improvement in their life. However, they refuse to do that. They're being stubborn. Doesn't really matter what you say. They have some kind of stubbornness going on. Because it's not just about you, it's about other people too. Maybe telling this person, hey, what are you doing here? You're going to mess things up. They may know it themselves. In fact, they probably do with that card showing up. They're still choosing to keep things status quo the way it used to be. Hope that makes sense for you, my dear. Okay, Kim Hefner is thinking of changing truck owners. Will this be a good move? Would it be a good idea for Ms. Kim Hefner to change truck owners? Don't you hate how you have those thoughts like while your truck is broke down and you can't be making any money, all of a sudden it's really appealing to go with somebody else. The grass is always greener in those situations, isn't it? Good idea or no? Well, definitely you have a decision to make. You'd probably have to make it on your gut, leaning towards you want to be happier, of course. This talks about going with a new company, exploring new territory, going with a new owner, basically. This card talks about coming back to the original owner. And this card talks about separating from the new people. So I think that right now, this has a lot more to do with the dissatisfaction of having to sit still and not being able to earn money than it does with the idea that there's really something better out there. Because I think what's going to happen is if you would go ahead and go into that new company, you're going to turn around, or new owner, you're going to turn around and come right back. Okay? That's what I see for you, my dear. I hope that helps you. Caleb Aurelio, COD. And I showed you all the cards as if you know what they mean. I don't know why I did that. Caleb Aurelio. Borrelio. It's not Borrelio. Borriello. Kelly Borriello. Kelly Borriello. Kelly Borriello. Ooh, honey. If you got the Five of Scrolls, this just tells me that there's some kind of debate or conflict that you're involved in, either starting within the past 24 hours or sometime within the next 24 hours. I hope that makes sense for you. Tiffany James would like to have a COD. Please and thank you. You're quite welcome. La da 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 da. Pictures on cardboard. Who would think? Tiffany James. The lovers for you, my dear. Everybody likes to get this card. This card does talk about some kind of positive partnership. It could be romantic. It could be doing the wild thing. But it doesn't have to be. This can also be creating a new partnership with somebody for business or creating a new friendship. No matter how it comes into play, it's a nice card to have. Congratulations, Miss Tiffany. Cray 87. Let's take a peek at you, my dear. Card of the day for Cray 87. Okay, my dear, you got the Two of Cups in reverse. This just tells me that there's something that you're having to do either today or starting sometime within the past 24 hours or the next 24 hours that you really don't enjoy doing. Could be somebody you really don't enjoy hanging out with. But this feels more like a thing to me, less like a person. Okay, so that's for Cray 87. Anna M. Lopez also needs a COD. Hope that makes sense to you. Anna M. Lopez. La da da da. Ooh, baby. You got a really good card, Anna. You got the green man. Now, this is the man that if the young girls come to me for a reading and this guy shows up in the reading, I'm like, marry this guy. Marry this guy. He's the one. He's the one. He's the one. But it doesn't have to be somebody like that. This could be your husband. It could be a romantic interest. It also could be a boss, could be a partner in business. But the thing that you really need to know about this person, Anna, is that you're going to be interacting with them and that this is somebody who has high levels of integrity. They have high expectations. They expect a lot from themselves and they expect a lot from the people around them. But they're also somebody who is a good friend to have in your corner. They're not the kind of supervisor that's going to have you going out and doing something and then throwing you under the bus like it was all your idea. You know, they're going to be somebody that as long as you're keeping your stuff uptight, they're going to have your back. Okay, so that's somebody that you're interacting with, Ms. Anna. Tay Medium is up next. And after Tay Medium, that will be the end of that. Tay mediums, COD. Tay medium, Tay medium, Tay medium. Oh. Tay medium, this is somebody that you are interacting with either within the past 24 hours or the next 24 hours. You've got the pilgrim showing up here. The pilgrim is somebody who is generally going to be a younger person, somebody who is a little bit more immature or a little bit more naive, but has real knowledge and intuition and wisdom. So you may be dealing with an old soul here within the net, with either you have within the past 24 hours or coming up within the next 24. Ms. Tay Medium. So that was the last card of the day. Let me see what else you guys have to say here today. Rights driving, I agree. I think it's creepy. You're quite welcome, Angela Lukes. See what else we have going on here. Romy's asking me, can we ask a question pertaining to something that is not? Yes, your free-for-all questions can be about anything. For me, so what you guys need to know is whenever somebody reads for you, the further out into the future they read for you, the less chance of it being totally, completely accurate, because then there's more chances for free will to intervene. I personally like to read out about 2 years and then just let things transpire from there and then get the next reading after that, or give the next reading after that, I guess I should say. But not every reader has that position, so some of them will read out for a very long time. I just like to make sure that my reputation for accuracy stays hot. Hot, hot, hot. So that's why I limit it to 2 years. In, extreme situations, I may go longer for a client, but typically, yeah. And so when you're asking the free-for-all questions, those are not limited. Just the card of the day, I try to keep very current so that you guys recognize it when it happens or if it already happened. You're quite welcome, S. Sand. You're quite welcome, Ricky Jorgensen. There's been other issues, yeah. I get it. Lorraine, glad to see you in the room, honey. Sharon Grant, you may want to step in for the Reiki, or if you missed the Reiki earlier, you may want to scroll back and catch that Reiki. I think you were here for it. The Reiki that I send out in these broadcasts is strictly focused on the people who are watching these videos. Whether they watch live or watch later doesn't matter to me, but it is for those people who are here. Partly because with Reiki, one of the really important components of that is that the person who is receiving the Reiki has to give their permission for that Reiki to be sent to them. And so I'm basically using an implied permission, implied in the fact that people are here when I start the Reiki, that they want it, before I send that out. So, yeah. If you would like other people to receive healing, you may want to refer them, to these broadcasts, or, there are other people who do Reiki on YouTube as well, or you can actually go to a Reiki professional and set an appointment, or help them to find a Reiki professional and set an appointment. I do take appointments, and obviously I do long distance Reiki. I mean, what we're doing right here would be considered long distance Reiki. So I don't have to be in Florida to help somebody in Florida. You're quite welcome, Kim Hefner. Oh, good for you, Lorraine. Did you get them on sale like you wanted? I'm glad that makes sense, Kelly. You're quite welcome, Tiffany James. You're quite welcome, Romy. You're quite welcome, Anna. You're quite welcome, Tay. Maybe tomorrow is right. Wow, 2 of you said that. You guys were probably typing at exactly the same time, too. A heavy man with blonde hair. And did it happen? Did it happen? And are you seeing this in your life or mine? Are you trying to give me a message or tell me about a message you got for yourself? And on that note, everybody, I'm going to get out of this window. I'll be here to see any comments that pop back up in here for as long as the chat's open. But I am going to go ahead and get out of this window, start getting my timestamps together for this video. Everyone have an absolutely fantastic day. I do have a big event tonight. I'm not sure how much energy I'm going to have tomorrow after I do that event. So if I'm not here tomorrow, then probably the day after. I'll see you. Anyway, everybody take care. Peace out.